I think back in the day, you would get sent to the bar and like learn on the job, right? But because what we learned was, at least for the Philippines, and this is quite a touchy subject, is people who work in coffee may not necessarily be a customer of specialty coffee. Meaning, for them, it's just a job, or they love food and beverage, or they love coffee. But because maybe on a weekend they live 3 hours away, there's no cafe near their home, or they rather spend money and time with family and other things, they don't know what it's like to be transported. But it's like, if you want to ask a chef to cook Japanese food, but they've never been to Japan, how can they cook Japanese food to the closest way possible? So in our 10 to 15 day onboarding program, and the extra 5 days is more of a refresher. It's, I would say, 60% intangible and 40% hard skills. And the intangibles include a field trip to visiting different cafes and restaurants and being a customer. The intangibles include, hey Chris, hey Diana, pick a topic and come back in 2 days and present it to the class. And that's like me walking to your cafe and like, hey, what's the difference between a Pacamara and a Amargo Hipe, right? And it's really putting them in an uncomfortable situation where they get to learn something in a very short amount of time and then express it within the 10 to 15 day onboarding. Continuous learning. Every site has a head barista, and you're not a head barista perpetually. We refresh that every year. And head baristas are expected to also share in cup coffees down the line. And until this day, I still, at 170 people, I still do the last interview for anyone on the floor, just to make sure that we're keeping everything in check, from at least from my vision of how service should be within the space.